Yes, so the stage is yours, and just let us immerse in your knowledge session.
At the outset, let me first thank Hyderabad Chartered Accountant Society for inviting me. I got past presidents also in front of me, lot of learned members. If I'm not naming, it is implied that I'm intending for sale. That is the real estate sector. So good morning to all of you. Are we all ready? How many of you are from real estate sector? If you raise your hands, I will get a good idea about how many of you are doing real estate. Oh, not a good number. Okay, so he's correcting me in terms of interpretation. He's saying doing or practicing. So, okay, we all are practicing. But unless we do, we can't understand the business model of this real estate sector. And that is how confusion all around. So I will try to make it simple, and that too, I need favor from each one of you, that my session is 1 hour, 10 minutes, that's allocated to me. Can I take a promise from each one of you that you will not be using your mobile phone? Can I put a request? If you can put your mobile phone on a flight mode, it will help me to get interaction done directly, one-on-one basis. And rest assured, you will like the extempore presentation today with no PPT. You have seen a lot of PPT presentation, but without PPT, whether a technical topic can be delivered, I'm going to demonstrate today. But I need your participation. Sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka prayas, sabka viswas. So let me start with, I will first start with the safari retreats. Interesting and important one. Where from safari retreats got started? See, if I'm getting mall constructed, let's say you are getting mall constructed, you would be purchasing a lot of cement, iron steel, sand, and a lot of services also, and paying GST to the supplier. Question is, being mall owner, can you avail credit of GST paid on goods or services or both for construction of immovable property? This was the question before Honorable Supreme Court. But before I start, let me draw the two important negative lists within the GST law, which is barring credit is not available. Section 17, subsection 5, clause C, it is talking about that you will not get credit for works contract services for construction of immovable property, except plant and machinery. Please bear with me. Plant and machinery. So exclusion is, if it is plant and machinery, you will get the credit. And second exclusion is, when you are getting inward works contract services for outward works contract services. Am I clear to all? This is clause C. What is clause D? Important one. That you will not get credit on goods or services or both for construction of immovable property. So you will not get any credit on goods, services or both for construction of immovable property except plant or machinery. That was the provision before. Plant or machinery. In clause C it was plant and machinery. In clause D it is plant or machinery on own account. What is this own account? I'm going to deliberate little later, but that's what the provision all about. Even though you are using in the course or furtherance of business. So simple meaning, Any goods or services or both for construction of immovable property, you will not get credit unless it is plant or machinery. On own account, even though it is in the course or furtherance of business. Being chartered accountant, you are getting your office constructed, and the works contract service provider or any service provider charging GST, and you are going to use this office for the provision of taxable outward supply. Am I right? Whether you will get credit? As per law, you will not get credit even though it is in the course or furtherance of business. Having said that, now look at Safari Retreat's Honorable Supreme Court judgment. There were three important points before Honorable Supreme Court. Three important points. The first point, and I would be needing your answer to these questions as well. First question, the constitutional validity of this 17 subsection 5 clause C and clause D being negative list. GST law need to be seamless flow of credit, no cascading. But why then this negative list? I'm using this office or mall for taxable outward supplies. Credit is not available. Is it constitutionally valid? This was the first question before Honorable Supreme Court. So how many of you know what is the Supreme Court judgment? What Supreme Court has said? Is it constitutionally valid? Negative list is there and you will not get credit. So how many of you say it is correct? That's what Supreme Court has said. Yes, negative list constitutionally valid and you will not get the credit. How many of you say yes? And it has got nothing to do with real estate. So you must know what is Safari Retreats. So I only saw few hands raising saying yes. How many of you believe that it is not constitutionally valid? No. Okay, some of raising hands no, but their maximum participants are like this. I don't know, they are special guests today. They have come from opposition party. They will not participate. Sir, in any kind of learning session, participation is important. Whether you are right or wrong. Safari Retreats has come, review petition was filed, and then we got retrospective amendment done, and still we do not know what is the judgment of Safari Retreats, then we have to really introspect ourselves. That is the reason if you are not raising hands, at least try out. If you try out and I am correcting the same, it will get registered to your mind. But if you are not trying, then none can help. So I expect that you would be participating. Then only you would be enjoying. And I'm seeing everyone. I'm trying to see everyone. So please be participative. Honorable Supreme Court has said it is constitutionally valid. When provision is saying negative list, you will not get credit, you will not get credit. Don't complain. If you have a complaint, go to GST Council and get the law amended. So next time, don't go to any high court and say, why negative list? I bought a car, and car I paid GST, but using for my business, you will not get credit. So don't go and file a writ petition. Point number one. Point number two, whether GST credit is a vested right. We always say and argue that GST credit is a vested right. Am I right? How many of you believe GST credit is a vested right? Say yes. How many of you? Yes? And how many of you say no? Okay. Sir, gentlemen sitting like this. All okay with you? All okay with you? Sir, repeatedly again telling you, I'm not the person who would be standing at the stage and you would be mute. No. If you want to enjoy, enjoy. Then only you will get real fruits and real juice of these fruits. GST credit is not your vested right. Unless you satisfy the condition on date of availment of credit. Excuse me, no sound please. Unless you satisfy the condition. If you don't satisfy the condition, it is not your vested right. So you must be recalling transitional credit, pre-GST credit, transition to GST regime. And Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Philco Trade Center has said it is our vested right. Why they have said? For the simple reason, credit was already availed in pre-GST regime. Condition were satisfied. It is only transition to GST regime, so you can't create new condition for transition of credit in GST regime. That is the reason Philco Trade Center has said it is your vested right. So vested right only when satisfy the condition. If 16 subsection 4 putting time limit for availing credit which is 30th November of succeeding financial year, you must avail by that date. If you are not availing, don't say it is your vested right. All right, so you got two important questions solved. Now coming back to the important one.
Sir, can you explain what is vested right?
Vested right is the inherent right vested in me when I am paying GST on my inward supply.
How is it different from the fundamental right?
Sir, I will explain. Allow me. And I will request you that allow me to carry on with my momentum. And I'm sure during the deliberation, most of the queries will get resolved. If something is left out, I'm available for answering at the end of the session. Hope I'm clear to all. Now, next question is whether GST credit, which he posted to me, is a fundamental right, constitutional right, or statutory right. Is it not fundamental? Oh, it is not, sir. No constitutional? It is statutory right under the GST law. So don't say it is your fundamental right. Article 14, Article 19, 1G. No, no. It is your statutory right. Am I clear? Coming to the fourth question now. Important one. For which we have heard safari retreats. In safari retreats, when we were discussing the point that mall, which is an immovable property, if any goods or services or both are used for construction of mall being immovable property, credit is not available. But learned counsel from the petitioner side argued before Supreme Court and he said, Lordship, Clause D talking about plant or machinery as an exclusion. Whereas Clause C talking about plant and machinery, am I right? So Lordship, if mall, even though immovable property, but if it is a plant, then credit is available, am I right? Lordship asked, whether plant is defined in the GST law. So plant per se is not defined in GST law. What is being defined? Plant and machinery. But what counsel of petitioner has done, he has shown one income tax judgment of Honorable Supreme Court to the Lordship, which is Taj Mahal Hotel Limited, income tax judgment, and wherein the plant is defined as, plant means small, warehouse, other building except hotel and cinema theatre. Am I clear to you? Yes. Clear? Lordship, see, your Honorable Apex Court judgment saying plant means small, but from income tax. Lordship, this can be bought in GST as well. Plant means small, and Honorable Lordship has agreed upon and said, if mall can be functionally proven it is a plant, then credit is available. Am I right? Are you all recalling? But I do not know how many of you are following me on Twitter. After this judgment, I see lot of, appreciation pan India. Oh, we'll get credit, we'll get credit. I was thinking, how come, boss? Mall and hotel are same. Same business model, right? Even hotel constructed, used for commercial letting out. And the definition is excluding hotel. But they are giving credit on mall. So I said this judgment will not hold good. And they will definitely, and even intention of the government was not to allow credit on immovable property, be it mall or hotel. So they will do retrospective amendment. Believe me, before they have done this, I have tweeted on my Twitter account at least 3 months before, which you can go and check. I said they are going to make retrospective amendment. I said that. It is on public domain. And that is how the beauty of learning the law. So exactly on 55th GST Council meeting on 21st December 2024, they have decided they will do retrospective amendment in section 17, subsection 5, clause D. Wherever written plant or machinery, they will make it plant and machinery. Am I clear? And with Finance Act 2025, this year budget, they have inserted this provision and amended the provision. An Honorable Chairperson of CBIC, Sri Sanjay Agarwal ji, at the press conference, what he said, we have made clerical error. Are you recalling that press conference? He came in a press conference and said, we have made. I was thinking, you people also make clerical error. It is all blame goes to us. Am I right? Pan India, we are being blamed that we are doing all clerical error, unintended error. Am I right? And that too, department invokes section 74. Fraud, willful misstatement, suppression of fact. I was just thinking, oh God, 17 you introduced GST law, and in 25 you are saying you made clerical error. Then I was thinking, if that was the intention and you never intended, never wanted to give credit on immovable property, why did you waste the time of Supreme Court? You could have submitted affidavit and said, we never wanted to give you the credit. So no point arguing, let's say, we are going to amend the law. Am I right? Both money, taxpayers' money and department money could have been saved, but they're smarter. They are waiting and watching to get some relief from the Supreme Court. In case they are not getting any relief, retrospective amendment. Oh God. Now retrospective amendment is being done. So what is the way forward now? Point number 1. If you have availed the credit, let's say for the past period, and you are on the safari retreats, let's assume. Now, as per the provision, you will not get credit, am I right? So, department will come back to you and want you to reverse credit, right? So, they are going to ask you reverse credit under section 73 or 74? But it's an interpretation of law. How can you allege any fraud, willful misstatement and suppression of fact? Appropriately, 73 should be applicable, am I right? This is one situation. Second situation, which is very interesting for all of us together to understand when I'm talking about safari retreats. So they are saying on construction of immovable property, credit is. Now listen very carefully, which is not being discussed anywhere. And you people are listening to me. You should tell me after my deliberation, Bhimalji, your analysis and interpretation is correct. Again, I'm reading clause D. Goods or services or both. They will not give credit, right? On construction of immovable property, am I right? Other than plant and machinery as retrospectively amended. On own account. This one word, on own account, what is the meaning of on own account? When you are getting this construction done on your own account, then even though it is related in the course of furtherance of business, you will not get credit. Am I right? So what is own account? My factory construction, my warehouse construction. But if any person who is getting construction done like mall for others, building for others sell, or hotel, then they should get the credit. Am I right? It is not barring. Am I right? So even though safari retreats retrospectively amended, but still I am of the opinion, in my humble submission, mall and hotel are not on own account. It is for others. Hence credit is available. And to endorse my view, go back and read para 32 of safari retreats. Go back and read para 32 of safari retreats, and Honorable Supreme Court has explained what is the meaning of on own account. So whole drama, safari retreats, whether you will get the credit or not, mall being planned, I am not discussing at all. I am only discussing on own account. So this is what my silver lining opinion to Hyderabad. All practitioners, they will again say, we are not into business. So you are practitioners for the industry, trade industry and commerce, and go back and tell them, boss, if you are constructing your storage warehouse, you will not get credit. Ask someone to get constructed and lease it out to you. Within the four corners of law. He will get the credit and I will also get credit on leasing services. So am I clear? This is one part of the story. Second part of the story of safari retreats. One of the IAS officer, the chief secretary level positions, has called me from Lucknow. My again request to your mobile, please, if you can just pause your mobile for an hour, it will help me. And he was the chief organizer of Mahakumbh Authority. Have you heard of Mahakumbh Authority? Anyone visited to Mahakumbh for Snan? Oh, they all will go to Moksha. Oh, they have raised their hands. They have done all Snan there. So in case you haven't gone, you touch them. At least you will also reach somehow. He called me and he said, GST department has issued a so-called notice to me. I said, you are IAS and Mahakumbh Authority. You are being issued so-called notice by GST department, sir. Yes. I said, for what? He said, sir, we are making tent. Tent, you know that? With prefabricated structure. That is going to the site, getting screwed done, and that is being made, and amount is being charged depending on the type of tent you are taking, right? That is chargeable to GST. So that is the question of ITC, input tax credit. Department is saying, no, you will not get credit because these are immovable property. Am I clear to all? I said, how come it is immovable, boss? It is only for the purpose of Mahakumbh, and then you will get it open and then everything will be moved out. So it's a movable one. Barring only on immovable, am I right? Why is saying so? Then IS officer telling me, Bhimalji, I don't understand. Then I asked him, why you have come to me? Sir, I have come to you because commissioner said you go and take legal opinion from one of the learned GST consultant in India. So I thought privileged. He approached to me, and I'm so fortunate Hyderabad Chartered Accountants Society has chosen me as being first technical session. So I'm again privileged. So I said, he asked me, Bhimalji, credit available? I said, 100% available. There's no dispute, no litigation. Why they are raising so-called notice? And I'm just recalling one of the judgment coming from Honorable Supreme Court, Bharti Airtel. And this judgment has come on contradictory judgment by Delhi High Court and Bombay High Court. Delhi High Court has said, in the context of telecommunication tower, you have seen the telecommunication tower on the building, top floor, get fixed. You create a civil structure, foundation, and then install that telecommunication tower with a screw and everything, right? As in when you want, you can always take it out and take it to other side. Am I right? Delhi High Court has said credit available being movable. Bombay High Court said no, it is immovable. So what is the meaning of plant and machinery and movable? Plant and machinery as defined in GST law means any apparatus, equipment and machinery with its foundation and structural support. With its foundation and foundation will be civil structure. But still it is plant and machinery and excluded. What is excluded in plant and machinery? 3 items. Any land and building, any telecommunication tower cannot be a plant and machinery. And third, any pipeline laid outside the factory premises. In Supreme Court argument, department said, Lordship, telecommunication tower is excluded from the definition of plant and machinery. Hence, it is not plant and machinery. It is immovable. Credit is not available. What Honorable Supreme Court has held, boss, we have to look at movable versus immovable. Just creating the civil structure, foundation, and fixing it up with a screw does not mean it becomes immovable. And you have excluded from the definition of plant and machinery, deemingly it is not becoming immovable property. So don't argue all this thing. If anything which is movable can be input and capital goods, it is for pre-GST judgment, sunwet credit, but quietly applicable for GST scenario as well, and credit is available. So my opinion got endorsed with Honorable Supreme Court judgment of Bharti Airtel. I said to that IAS officer, sir, you're doing such a Mahakumbh, such a big snan, and those who have done, sorry, those who have raised hands, don't take it otherwise. Those who have done sin, they will go to have bath. Take this commissioner to have bath so that GST can be simplified. So this was the first point on safari retreats, and I've done all the part of safari retreats. Hope I'm clear to all. Now moving to real estate sector. In real estate sector, there are 2 important things: joint development agreement with the area sharing concept and revenue sharing concept. Am I right? So can I have your 101 attention to me, so that you can digest each of the provision in a very slowest possible manner. And I said, the time I continue to my deliberation, most of the queries will get resolved. If something left out, don't let me go. Give me time, I will definitely answer you. So let me start with the real estate and specific reference to joint development agreement. If you look at GST scenario, 1st July 2017, from joint development perspective, what is joint development, by the way? Let's understand. There are 2 parties involved, landlord and the promoter, which is called developer or builder. Interchangeable terms are being used. But whenever I say promoter, whenever I say developer, whenever I say builder, it is all mean who is getting construction done. Am I clear? So in JDA, what happened? Landlord is transferring development right in the land. Am I right? So what is the service provided by landlord? TDR. To whom? To developer, builder. And what builder is done in return paying? Construction services. Am I right? In consideration. So it is vice versa. Am I right? I will discuss this matter whether TDR per se is taxable or not. All okay? Okay. I asked them, all okay? You never know, a lot of things are happening. AI was supposed to, that Air India flight was supposed to go to London. Who thought of it will, that's the reason I asked, all okay? Even my wife is not permitting me nowadays to visit. No, don't go, July is a very critical month. I don't know for what region. No, lot of, earthquake in Japan, lot of things I'm hearing negative, so don't go, stay here. Even for your programs, he wanted me to stop. I said, boss, Sureshji had taken my date long time back. Don't do like that. If I say no to them, they will start bombarding from there only. So Operation Sindoor will happen here. Somehow I convinced her. I said, no, boss, I need to go. A lot of my friends are waiting there, and I have not met with them for a long time. So let me go and interact with them. Hope you all are liking it, right? You all are liking it? Oh, perfect, so much. Oh, thank you very much. So back to the main. So you understood what is the meaning of TDR. Now from 1st July 2017 until 24th January 2018, it is forward charge. Landlord, if giving TDR, he need to be registered and charging GST for TDR. I'm not discussing litigative point on TDR at the moment. Your Telangana High Court is against us. You know that, right? TDR taxable, matter is before Supreme Court, notice is being issued, but no stay is being granted. So within the jurisdiction of Telangana, you are having no choice. So because of your Telangana High Court judgment. So Hyderabad, so we will discuss litigation point little later. But now coming back, when we have understood TDR, until 24 January 2018, forward charge method, time of supply would be normal supply of service, 13 subsection 2. But from 25th of January 2018, the notification number 4/2018, central tax rate, they have made changes pertaining to time of supply and the valuation. What is the change made? For time of supply, they are saying when developer handing over the possession in a constructed property, that would be time of supply. And what would be the valuation? Valuation would be the value nearest to the date when TDR is being provided by landlord to the developer. Am I clear to all? To that extent, postponement of time of supply, TDR is being given long time back, but postponing at the time of handing over of constructed property. Am I right? By conveyance deed or any other similar document. And the valuation would be nearer to the date when TDR is being given. So you know, over a period of time, TDR is being given on day 1. JDA is being signed on day 1. But over a period of time, price gets increased. It's starting with a 5,000 rupees square feet, then goes to 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. By the time possession is given, it's 9,000 rupees. But TDR is being given when it was only, am I clear to all? Oh, perfect. This audience is very good. So without PPT, if you're understanding this much, then you will make me, Sureshji was asking me, sir, without PPT? I said, let me try out, because I got so many good friends. They are learned friends, they will understand me. So I'm thankful. So Sureshji, where are you? Are you there? No? He's gone out? Okay, no problem. So this is the provision applicable till 31st March 2019. And then all Pandora box. Government thought this builder industry is not passing on the pricing benefit to the consumer. Why? Because prior to 1st April 2019, there were two kind of residential property. One is like, affordable one, Prime Minister Awas Yojana. ELSS, effectively taxable at the rate of 8%, but rate was 12% after 1/3 deduction of land value. Otherwise 12% after deduction of 1/3 land value, and commercial was again 12% after deduction of 1/3 land value. This was until 31st March 2019. And government thought we are giving ITC to them, but they're not passing on the benefit in pricing to the consumer. So let's change. Started from 17, changed from 1st April 2019. What is the change now? They have said now we are going to define and we will reduce the GST rate and will not give you any ITC, so that the pricing becomes cheaper for the consumer, Aam Aadmi. Am I right? Housing for all, Prime Minister vision, housing for all. So they want to make this pricing cheaper for the consumer, but let's see what is the complication after 1st April 2019. Because we are practitioners. We have to understand the integrity of provision got changed. So they have created a concept of REP, real estate project. What is the real estate project? In simple meaning, the way the definition is in RERA, that is what the meaning of REP. Am I clear? It's little louder yes will help me to move step by step, REP. And these are the terms we have to be well versed. Then they have defined what is residential REP, RREP. Residential REP means any REP wherein you got a commercial apartment not having more than 15% of total carpet area, that will be called RREP. Means RREP can have commercial apartment along with the residential, but not more than 15% of total carpet area. Total carpet area. So this is called RREP. Now terms comes affordable housing and other than affordable housing, because GST rate applicable only on affordable with respect to REP and RREP and other than affordable housing. So affordable housing and apartment means any project which is starting after 1st April 2019 or any ongoing project, ongoing means which was started prior to 1st April 2019 and continuing post 1st April 2000, that is called ongoing project. And they have selected to apply the new rate. New rate is the concessional rate. And definition they have given affordable housing for which carpet area, and that is they have said 60 square meter in metropolitan cities. So metropolitan cities means Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, NCR means Delhi surroundings, MMR, Maharashtra, Mumbai region. This is metropolitan cities and the defined area would be 60 square meter. And non-metropolitan cities would be 90 square meter. And having a gross value of not exceeding 45 lakh rupees. Am I clear? Only two terms, 60 square meter in metropolitan, 90 square meter in non-metropolitan, and having gross value of 45 lakh rupees. Oh, looks like such a big amount. But inclusive of land value, inclusive of all other charges. Just imagine a situation, what is the 45 lakh today in Hyderabad? Any property is not less than 2 crore, 3 crore, 5 crore. You will not get, so they all become other than affordable apartment. Am I clear? Now coming to the GST rate. If you are having affordable apartment, then the GST rate would be 1% after deduction of 1/3 land value. So effective is 1%, but gross is 1.5%. Am I clear? Other than affordable, 5%, but gross rate is 7. Oh, perfect. Oh. And commercial would be again 18%, but effective would be 12%. Am I clear? But commercial in RREP, as we have discussed, 15%, up to 15% will have same rate as residential. Am I clear? Am I clear? So this is the rate, liberalized rate, but with three condition. Three condition. When this three rate is applicable, first, you will not be given any credit. No ITC. Second, when there is no ITC, meaning thereby you will discharge your output tax in cash. But third one is very critical one. And third one is saying that you should have a minimum 80% of your purchase from registered dealer. Am I right? Except means this 80% criteria is not going to be applicable when it is capital goods, TDR, FSI, floor space index, diesel, motor spirit, electricity. So minimum 80% purchase would be from registered dealer. Why this provision, by the way? For simple logic is that when ITC is not available, you will always be preferring to purchase from unregistered dealer. So they are cash holding us and saying, Bhimal, don't be smarter. 80% from registered dealer. So if there is a shortfall, then as a promoter means developer or builder, he need to discharge under RCM to the extent of shortfall at the rate of 18%. At the rate of 18%. This provision is excluding cement and capital goods. So cement you need to purchase only from registered dealer, and even capital goods you need to purchase from, and for cement rate would be 28, otherwise 18%. Am I clear to all? This part is clear? Oh, I'm so fortunate. I was just thinking this complicated issue, how I'm going to deliberate today. So it is going fine, so very well. So we have discussed the rate, we have discussed the condition also. Going further. Now, I'm just touching joint development agreement and TDR. They are saying, Bhimal, TDR or floor space index or any leasing of long-term period more than 30 years per se is exempted in case of REP and RREP. Shall I repeat again? TDR, FSI or any long-term leasing more than 30 years per se is exempted. No GST. In the case of REP and RREP, can you keep to your mind? Except. Except means exclusion. If in a project you got unsold inventory, in a project, if you got unsold inventory, then you need to discharge GST under reverse charge, and who is you? It is promoter. Am I clear? To the extent of unsold inventory. So the formula provided, carpet area of unsold inventory divided by total carpet area of that project multiplied by value of TDR into 18%. Shall I repeat again for getting more clarity? Value of TDR, but what is value of TDR? I will explain to you, but value of TDR, just allow me. Allow me, sir. Oh, I got big bosses here. And they have been made sit in the first row only. So then my need is not required. Am I right? So go with me so that we can enjoy properly. Value of TDR multiplied by unsold inventory carpet area in a project. And here question comes, sir, unsold inventory in the hands of promoter or even in the hands of landlord? Both. For a project, divide by total carpet area of a project. So you got proportionate. Am I right? Into 18%. Subject to maximum of 1% or 5% depending upon affordable and non-affordable. Value of unsold apartment. Am I clear? And just look at the logic here. Sold apartment, GST is being discharged. Unsold apartment, GST is not being discharged. And that is the reason TDR is made taxable to that extent. Am I clear? Now, value of TDR. Value of TDR would be the value at the nearest when TDR is being provided. 5,000 square feet, which I have taken in my example. Even though possession may be at the time of CC or first occupancy, whichever is earlier. Am I clear? Oh, perfect. So this part is again gone. Very well done. So I'm feeling so happy now. RCM, reverse charge. Promoter will pay, but he will not get any credit. Until now, we have discussed and we have understood everything thoroughly. Now, there are certain complications. Let me start with the complication one by one. Complication number 1. See, TDR, I have discussed the taxability in the hands of promoter, but now when this promoter is doing construction services, because he is going to hand over the constructed portion in the area sharing to the landlord, and he will charge GST 1 or 5 depending on affordable or non-affordable. Question will come whether landlord can take credit. First question, and second question, if landlord is also intending for sell to the end customer before CC or first occupancy, I'm just creating the question for ourselves. If he is also going to sell, landlord, then question will come whether GST charged by developer to the landlord credit is available. What would be the rate in that case? And when the landlord is selling to the buyer before CC, what would be the rate? 5% or 18%? Because landlord is not undertaking any construction services. Am I clear to all? Answer to all these questions one by one. Yes, developer going to charge GST as the rate defined 1% or 5% depending upon affordable or non-affordable. Landlord can take credit provided he is intending for sell before CC. If he is not intending for sell, then there is no question of taking credit, and there is no question of taking registration then also. So this is all tax planning you need to do. If he is intending for sell, then registration required. Then the question of credit will come. If he is not intending for sell, then I don't need any credit. It may be for my own use. Landlord. So these are all factuals vary from one situation to another situation. So there is no standard answer to all the questions. This need to be checked from one perspective to another perspective. Am I clear to all? So let's say you have taken credit on 4 unit out of 10 unit got constructed and 6 remain with the developer who is sold by the developer. And now I'm taking your test. How much you understood it? Madam, with me? You're with me? Pakka? Okay. I need your attention. Total 10 unit got constructed in a project. 4 is being handed over to the landlord. 6 remain with the developer. Developer need to sell 6. So let's say developer is selling 4 before CC or first occupancy. GST liability would be on 4 or 6. Because after CC and first occupancy, whichever is earlier, it becomes immovable property. Then no GST. But keep in mind for 2 unsold inventory, RCM for TDR. Am I clear? Go back in the hands of landlord. 4 unit. He thought, okay, I will sell all 4 before CC. But he could sell only 2 before CC. So GST would be only on, and what would be the rate? 1 or 5 as the rate applied by the promoter. But he has taken credit on 4. So there would be pro rata reversal rule 42 to the extent of 2 unsold. And this 2 unsold will get added back with the 2 unsold of developer for payment of TDR under reverse charge. Am I clear? Perfect. So seamlessly we have done it. I was thinking, I was coming with Krishna yesterday. Krishna brought me from airport to this place, this hotel. I was asking him, boss, why they have put me for real estate sector? Why they want Bhimal Jain to deliver on real estate sector? He said, Bhimalji, lot of issues in real estate sector. I said, boss, what are the issues? So he did discuss 5-6 questions to me while on way. I answered every questions to him. Then I said, things are very simple and you all are getting it, right? So you people, the moderator who introduced me, is he there or gone? He is also out. Oh. So it means our organizing committee is intending put speaker on dash and they are out. But you all deserve big appreciation. Kindly appreciate for yourself. And this is the energy really we are passing on to us. He wanted us to do some energy. This is real energy. That we can clap for ourselves. Yes, we got complicated issue. So beautifully got inserted. First part. Second part. Now coming back to the important question, revenue sharing agreement. In revenue sharing agreement, question comes whether landlord is really providing TDR to the developer. Revenue sharing means they are coming together. So one is giving TDR, one is giving construction, a project is being made and then sold out to the end customer and they are only revenue sharing. So to my mind, here TDR may not be chargeable to GST. Because ultimately you are paying GST on, but litigation. Question comes whether landlord has given TDR to developer. My answer would be big no, because we are jointly coming together. That is what the revenue sharing all about. And that should be taxable as a continuous supply of service as per the milestone defined in the contract. So payment term like 31 subsection 5, payment ascertainable, or when payment date is not ascertainable, then date of receipt of payment, otherwise milestone defined in the contract. So very simple. We should not complicate, and I've given my perspective. My submission I've given to all of you. So revenue sharing agreement, even the after sale when revenue is being shared, whether that can be made taxable. Question to all of you. Sir, yes or no? Big no. In a partnership firm, chartered accountant, my whole revenue is exposed to GST, and then we are sharing revenue. It's chargeable to GST. It has already suffered the GST. Same concept. And even sister judgment, Marmo Goa, Port Trust. So, to my mind, revenue sharing per se is not chargeable to GST. There's a concept called doctrine of principle of mutuality. Have you heard that? Recently, Honorable Kerala High Court, not with perspective to revenue sharing, they were checking out club giving services to the members. Are they giving services to the members? Say yes or no. But if you look at Finance Act 2021, they have inserted a provision, section 7, subsection 1, clause AA. Am I right? Clause AA. And by deeming fiction, they are saying club and members are separate persons. Am I right? And they are saying it is chargeable to GST. Subject matter was there before Honorable Kerala High Court, and Kerala High Court has said, what nonsense you people are creating. There was a concept of doctrine of principle of mutuality. And this doctrine has prevailed and sustained even after 46th Amendment to the Constitution of India in 1982, when deemed cell concept was brought in. So even it is survived thereafter, and then the Calcutta Club Limited judgment by Honorable Apex Court for pre-GST regime, you can't levy GST. Just by deeming fiction, you are inserting the provision. So section 7, subsection 1, clause AA, section 2, subsection 17, clause E is ultra vires, beyond the power. Article 246A, Article 265, Article 366, 12A. That's the judgment. And on retrospective insertion, Honorable Kerala High Court has said that this is against rule of fairness, against rule of 21 you are inserting provision applicable from 17 in safari retreats, you are amending in 25 with effect from, oof. It is against rule of fairness. When I'm discussing this Kerala High Court judgment, one of the point, I have little 5-10 minutes. Pakka na? Because he has instructed me very specifically, sir, 1 hour, 10 minutes. I said 1 hour, 10 minutes is sufficient for me. At least I need 15 minutes to take them on board. His audience need to be on board, right? But luckily, Suresh bhai, they are all very good. They are all very good. So today I made friendship with each one of you. How many of you are with me on social media? Oh, great. But those who are not, believe me, no charges. No charges, but you will get lot of good insight, lot of good update, lot of good video. And GST journey, which you are doing by yourself, I can add some value of, intangible power in your journey. And with no charges, because that blessings of Mahakumbh, without having bath, still I did something for Mahakumbh, even though I have not taken bath, right? And that so-called notice was dropped, for your information. And that IAS was after me, sir, please come, I will get you BBIP treatment. I will get you a good place where you can stay with your family and have bath. I said, boss, I've seen on TV. Leave me. Back to Kerala High Court judgment. I'm just drawing one reference. Have you heard of cross-charge, right? Cross-charge is what? I'm a company, I'm having head office in Delhi and I'm having branch in Hyderabad. And the same PAN number. We are registered. We are called distinct person, am I right? Now, question was whether HO is giving any services to the branch. Oh, no? Oh, where are you? Oh, boss. Wake up, wake up. As per GST law, it's a deemed supply of services. Entry 2, Schedule 1. Oof. Initially, we were all debating whether supply of service, whether left hand can give service to right hand or vice versa. They have said, boss, supply of service. Pre-GST, even goods were supplied stock transfer, no sell tax, no VAT. Stock transfer was not chargeable. Only a certain percentage of ITC need to be reversed, that to certain state-specific provision. Am I right? So it was very difficult for us to digest whether there is supply of service between HO to branches. If we convince it is chargeable, then valuation was the issue. Am I right? What would be the valuation? If recipient unit is, Hyderabad unit is entitled for full ITC, then as a supplier HO, I can pick up any value. That would be considered deemed open market value. Am I right? Deemed open market value. Can it be nil? Question goes to all of you. And very recently, Delhi High Court, in the case of KEI Industries, has said, relying on circular number 199, dated 17 July 2023, if I have not raised the invoice, which is the case in most of the cases, but otherwise recipient is entitled for full ITC, then my value can be considered as nil and no GST. So you can rely this KEI Industries, relying on circular number 199. But that was not the context I wanted to draw. I wanted to draw this context with the Kerala High Court judgment, club and members. When club and members can enjoy principle of mutuality, why can't we enjoy HO with branches? Am I right? And where from we started? Revenue sharing agreement. If you're sharing revenue, that should not be chargeable to. Hope I have made the sense. And GST is this beauty. GST is not only talking on the point. GST need to be drawn from different contexts and then buying the concept. Yes, it is going to my mind. So revenue sharing. Coming back to third litigative point. So TDR per se, can you make taxable? If you look at the provision of TDR from the basic provision, go to the supply definition. Section 7, subsection 1, clause A. It includes barter. Am I right? So they are saying barter means you are giving development right, he is giving construction services. Taxable. And how definition is? Under section 7, subsection 1, clause AH, supply includes, first inclusive definition, all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sell, transfer, barter, exchange, licensing, leasing and rental, made or agreed to be made for a consideration in the course of furtherance of business. So barter is there in supply definition. Coming back to the business, whether it is landlord business, you may debate, it's not landlord business. He's coming only for one transaction. So business definition under section 2, subsection 17H, even though you are having pecuniary benefit or not, even once or regular, it's a business. And that is what club and members concept is being drawn for deeming fiction, which is now being done away by Kerala High Court. Go to the consideration under section 2, subsection 31. Consideration can be monetary or non-monetary. In response to, in respect of, for the inducement of, these are the term used, consideration. And what is the meaning of this construction of complex building, civil structure intended for sale? Intended for, there are two categories, construction and works contract. Works contract also includes construction. But construction per se, para 5B of schedule 2, they are using the term intended for sale. Then it is called construction services. Otherwise, works contract services. Am I clear? para 5b, and it's a supply of service. So all the argument of past, because it involves both the things, goods and services. So they are saying, Bhimalji, nothing to worried about. It will be termed as supply of service. Schedule 3 is excluding the sale of land and building. Am I right? Subject to para 5b of schedule 2. Now my mind is hitting. This TDR, transfer of development right, is only with respect to, in response to, or for inducement of, with respect to immovable property. So right is coming out from immovable property. Can it be said as an immovable property? Section 3 subsection 26 of General Clauses Act. Immovable property is not defined in GST law. They are saying immovable property means any land and building or any right within that land and building or anything which is embedded with earth. So this TDR is nothing but a right in the land and building. So it becomes immovable property. And GST should not be charged. But Honorable Telangana High Court has not agreed upon. They have said it is not. And chargeability exists. But there are two judgments coming. Gujarat High Court judgment in the case of Gujarat Chamber of Commerce. And they have said services of assignment or transfer of leasing in immovable property is not chargeable to GST, because they are saying it is coming out from the land and legislative intention was not to tax on immovable property. So that is the reason they have set aside. Bombay High Court has started giving the stay, but now this matter is going to Supreme Court. So matter is sub judice, but divergent perspective when I look at Telangana High Court versus Gujarat High Court. Am I clear to all? Am I clear to all? So what I'm finding today, for Telangana you have no choice because you are bound by Telangana High Court jurisprudence. You have no choice. This is aptly applicable for your territorial. You can't buy Gujarat High Court judgment, but being sitting in Delhi, I can buy Gujarat High Court judgment. But divergent litigation can be opened up. So that is what the problem when we look at TDR per se. But this is what the irony as on days. So I discussed this TDR concept, though litigative, subjective. Now having said that, one or two more important points, this 1/3 deduction of land value. Oof. Deeming fiction, am I right? In metropolitan like Hyderabad, let's say if you are getting any particular constructed property of 10,000 rupees per square feet, I'm damn sure land is around 7,000 per square feet and construction is only 3,000 per square feet, am I right? So 10,000 with 1/3 deduction, make it 9,000 so that mathematics would be a little easier. So 1/3 deduction, they are saying 6,000 taxable as against 3,000. So this is the subject matter we are creeping and we want certain clarity. We got again Gujarat High Court judgment. Munjal Manish Bhai Bhatt. And they said if land value is ascertainable, then they should get deduction of actual land value. Otherwise, you are ending up paying GST on land value. And this is not the intention. And that matter is again pending before Honorable Supreme Court. Nothing is yet decided, but quite logical. If I can determine the land value, I'm aware of ascertainable, why can't I put land value actual and get the deduction? Then GST implication will come down. Another factor which is coming out from a lot of real estate sector nowadays is, why this no ITCR? It is creating cascading, right? So I saw some of you have raised the hand from real estate sector, and you all are practitioners also. Can you give me a flavor? Are you preferring to go back with the ITC regime when I talk about real estate sector? If you're willing, yes, say yes by raising your hands. ITC. Are you not willing? Oh, you're not willing. I don't know, but some of the sectors are coming out and openly saying, no, we are organized sector. We want to avail ITC, and let's allow seamless flow of credit. It is creating cascading. And to what extent benefit is being driven just because no ITC need to be checked and tested. So it is not only your logical perception. Go back to the data and number. Like I said, actual land value need to be deducted. Am I clear to all? Coming to the last component of my deliberation. Otherwise, Suresh is watching directly to me. And that's the moderator has stand up. In your absence, I have get them clapped. So energy which you wanted to imply, they have done by themselves. The last component. Before I leave this stage, I'm coming quite after some time in Hyderabad. I keep coming to Hyderabad, and I got lot many friends around. The problem of Hindi in Tamil, Chennai, is not there in Hyderabad. Am I right? You people also love Hindi. And without watching Bollywood movie, love cannot happen. Love only happens when you watch Bollywood movie and then Hindi songs. Of course, I am also watching your South hero, Puspa. And I am not creating any discrimination. And his heroine is from Bollywood only. Am I right? So India is unity in diversified. We should not create that kind of bottleneck. Otherwise, we are not helping ourselves. What we are handing over to our kids around? Don't speak Hindi. Even when Krishna was coming to me, he started talking to the driver in Telugu. Then he said, "Sir, you understood what is the meaning of Telugu?" I said, "I don't know anything. You can speak whatever you want." You can criticize me also, I will not. But if you want me to learn Telugu, then get me a good girl with whom I can start my friendship. Then only possible, otherwise very difficult. But let me tell you, before I leave this stage, I want to give 1-2 minute good motivational story. And that will be in Hindi. I hope you can bear with me. Can you? Can you? There was an old lady who used to cook food for herself, but she used to be very much connected with the God. So she used to make 2 more chapati, extra chapati, while cooking the food. And this 2 chapati was meant for CSR and PSR. Corporate social responsibility or professional social responsibility. And she used to keep it outside the window. Jisko aana hai, aaye aur leke jaye. One Sadhu Baba got, used to coming and picking up these 2 roti, and whenever he was taking these 2 roti, he used to say, "Tera bura tere paas reh jayega. Tera bura तेरे पास रह जाएगा और तेरा अच्छा तेरे पास चल के आएगा." Am I right? अब इस लेडी को ये लगा, यार मैं क्या बुरा करती हूं, 2 रोटी भी बनाती हूं और तू लेके भी जाता है और खाता भी है, और फिर कहता है तेरा बुरा तेरे पास रह जाएगा. तो इस लेडी को एकदम गुस्सा आ गया. लेडी ने कहा कि ठीक है, इसको मजा चखाते हैं. उसने एक दिन जहर की रोटी बना दी. बोला, आज आ और लेके जा और बोल तेरा बुरा तेरे पास रह जाएगा और तेरा अच्छा तेरे पास चल के आएगा. जब लेडी ने रोटी बना के बाहर रख दी एंड शी इज वेटिंग कि साधु बाबा आएंगे लेके जाएंगे, तो इस लेडी का कनेक्शन प्रभु से था. एंड प्रभु की परिभाषा इज वेरी यूनिफाइड. Like GST law applicable from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, with no language, no religion, no race, no caste. God is one. It is your internal soul. Right? So here she started thinking, why I'm doing this wrong? I'm accountable, madam, just give me 1 minute. Madam, just give me 1 minute only. 1 minute only. So this lady started getting a feel of it. Why should I do wrong? He's coming and picking up my roti and saying, तेरा बुरा तेरे पास रह जाएगा. तो मैं क्यों गलती करूं? ये उसका कहना है. Let it be. मुझे अपना काम अच्छा करना. जब मैं ऊपर वाले के पास जाऊं और अपना अकाउंट दूं, तो वो मुझसे ये ना बोले तूने जहर की रोटी क्यों दे दी थी. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा लाइफ में कई बार ऐसी सिचुएशन आती है when we are not being praised. हमें हमारे साथी प्रेज नहीं करते. कभी एक बार हम शादी भी कर ली है तो क्रीपिंग चलती है, तू ऐसा है, तू ऐसी है. कई बार दोस्त अच्छे नहीं मिलते, एंड जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट हम अपने आप को बुरा बना लेते हैं. बट वो बुरा सही नहीं है हमारे लिए. हमको उसको आंसर करना है. हमको अपना अच्छा करना चाहिए. लीव इट एवरीथिंग. आप अगर गलत करते हैं कीजिए ना, डू योरसेल्फ ना, जो गलत करना है कीजिए, बट आई विल नॉट डू रॉन्ग. चाहे मैं तेलुगु बोलूं या तमिल बोलूं. एम आई राइट? इफ पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज आर क्रिएटिंग फ्रैक्शन, वी शुड नॉट बी ड्रिवन बाय दैट. यू शुड बी रिसीविंग मी विथ होल हार्टेड. बिमल जी दिल्ली से आए हैं, बिमल जी थोड़ा हिंदी में बात कीजिए, मुझे हिंदी सुनना है. एम आई राइट? ऐसा होना चाहिए ना. देन ओनली लव एंड अफेक्शन, राइट? ये तो चाहते हैं कि आप लड़ो. आई एम नॉट विद देम. एंड बिलीव मी, वी आर प्रोफेशनल. वी कांट क्रिएट दैट काइंड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट. वी नीड टू बी ओपन अप. सो दिस लेडी के मन में आया, नहीं बॉस, मुझे प्रभु से कनेक्शन है, मैं गलत नहीं करूंगी. वो जो बोलता है बोलने दे. तो फटाफट जाके जहर की रोटी वापस लाती है, 2 फ्रेश रोटी बनाती है और बाहर रख देती है. Now she was so comfortable. अब उसके हमारे मन में भी तो एक बार राम और रावण दोनों यही हैं. अगर आपका मन अच्छा है ना, इफ यू हैव गॉट राम इनसाइड, तो आप कभी भी गलत करेंगे ना तो कोई आपको रोक रहा होगा. हम रुकते नहीं, वो बात अलग है. नहीं है सर. अगर आप सही हैं, यू जस्ट, दी आर द वर्ड्स व्हिच आई एम सेइंग फ्रॉम माय ओन एक्सपीरियंस. अगर आप सही हैं तो आप गलत करते वक्त आपका मन आपको बार बार रोकेगा. हम रुके नहीं, वो तो फिर सजा लेनी है, वो तो मिलेगी सजा. तो इस लेडी का मन अब साफ था कि मैंने तो प्रभु के साथ कनेक्शन जोड़ लिया, तो उसको जो बोलना है बोल. साधु बाबा आए, रोटी ली, तेरा बुरा तेरे पास रह जाएगा और तेरा अच्छा तेरे पास. अब उसे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा था क्या रहेगा नहीं रहेगा. मुझे इतना मालूम है मैंने अच्छा किया है. द सेम डेट उसका लड़का दूर से लखपत, खून निकला हुआ है, कपड़े फटे हुए हैं, नॉट एबल टू वॉक, दूर से चल के आ रहा है. मां देखती है, मां से रहा नहीं जाता. मां दौड़ के भाग के उस लड़के को गले लगाती है. एंड देन मां का मन बच्चे के लिए कि बेटा तूने क्या हाल बना रखा है, तू तो. एंड बेटा नाउ सेइंग टू मॉम, मां पूछो मत, मां मैं आज मर जाता, मां मैं आज मर जाता. मां मैं जिस गांव में गया था वहां युद्ध हो रहा था और 1 महीने से मुझे खाना खाने नहीं मिला है मां. बट मां पता नहीं, आज रास्ते में जब आ रहा था तो मुझे एक साधु बाबा मिले. मैंने उनसे कहा, साधु बाबा आपके पास कुछ खाने को है क्या? मां साधु बाबा ने अपनी पोटली से निकाल के 2 रोटी दी मुझे. मां उस 2 रोटी को खा के, मां मैं तेरे पास आया हूं, वरना आज तो मैं मर जाता. पर मां मुझे एक चीज समझ में नहीं आई, वो साधु बाबा ने रोटी भी दी, मैंने खाई भी और मैं यहां तक पहुंच गया, पर ऐसा उन्होंने क्यों कहा कि तेरा बुरा तेरे पास रह जाएगा और तेरा अच्छा तेरे पास चल के आएगा. इस मां को समझ में आ गया था कि आज जहर की रोटी दे दी होती तो आज इसका बेटा मर गया था. क्योंकि सी डिड वेल, आज उसका अच्छा उसके पास चल के आया. डू गुड, गुड विल कम बैक. वी आर टैक्स प्रोफेशनल, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, अकाउंटिंग, ऑडिटिंग सब करते हैं, लेकिन लाइफ में एक अच्छा काम भी कीजिए कि हमको अच्छा इंसान भी बनना है. वी हैव टू बी वोकल अबाउट इट। कोई चीज सही नहीं लगे तो बड़े प्यार से समझाइए। मैं तो कभी तमिल में जाऊंगा तो जरूर बोलूंगा मुझे तमिल लड़की से प्यार करना है, उससे प्यार भी तभी करूंगा जब तू हिंदी में बात करेगी। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, sir. So please stay back. Now I understood how you must have created Guinness World Record auditorium with your true wisdom. Can we all clap together once again? We are so fortunate to have you, sir, today, all the way from Delhi.
Thank
You made this day very, very insightful. I request Narayan Murthy Sankar Garu to please come on the stage and extend a token of appreciation for all the insightful. Okay, everyone got it right. Do good and you get the good. Some more the other way. Thank you so much for that, sir.
Indeed, yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Can we all clap together once again?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
GST Guru himself, our CA Bhimal Jain.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We all love you, sir, from Hyderabad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whenever there is an opportunity, please come back again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Before
sir.
I leave this stage, can you just keep this thing? Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. This is again. Okay. This is Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So yes, we have got a lot of GST Gyan now. So I know we must have been stressed. Now